All right, everybody, welcome back to the Delusional Fan with Geraghty McCloud. I'm Chris Geraghty. John Pett filling in for most of the show today for Ryan McCloud, and a new fill-in right here, our previous Homer Trivia champion, Mr. Alex Bruni, joining us for Top 5 this week.
Undefeated.
Undefeated champion. We've played one time, but that doesn't matter because you're undefeated, right?
You didn't have to mention that part.
All right. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Alex is going to work on a SoundCloud. We'll get everything out there for you guys as soon as we can. Top 5 time, and before we get to this week's Top 5, which is themed similar to what you and I talked about earlier, last week's Top 5 drew a little bit of interest because it was Top 5 nicknames.
Yeah.
I got the most backlash because I didn't have any bears in my Top 5 nicknames. Just because I'm a bear fan, they thought I should have bears.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose you would go with, what, Fridge and Sweetness.
Right, which are great nicknames, but they weren't my favorite
Or the
nicknames
Sex
of all
Cannon.
time.
Peanut.
I do love peanut. Or see now, if it was the Punch and Peanut, maybe, but I don't know. Whatever.
I didn't even think about Sex Cannon.
Who's Sex Cannon?
Sexy Rexy.
Oh, yeah, I guess. But I guess he did get us to a Super Bowl, but God, or the defense got us to a Super Bowl, but he was freaking terrible. All right, so I do want to go over some of the fans last week. We did have some interest. Some of the ones I liked. Richard. Richard's Top 5. He loved the Big Hurt.
Okay.
So Frank Thomas, Hall of Famer. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, which great nickname. I almost put that one on there. The Great One, Gretzky, which there might not be a better nickname than the Great One because yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much. That's it.
Right. The Answer, Allen Iverson,
Oh, yeah.
fantastic nickname. And then of course he's one of the people that gave me crap about not having Fridge or Sweetness, so he has those on there. Michael Thornton, Thornton.
There's an L in there.
He only gave us one, so he is a top 1. You know what it is?
It's probably Brett Favre.
No, it's He Hate Me. Rod
Oh,
Smart
yeah,
from the
of course,
XFL.
yeah.
And there was some other good ones. Those are my favorites. So keep sending us your top 5 favorites every week.
I was like Teddy Ballgame.
Teddy Ballgame's
That's a good
pretty
old school
fantastic
nickname,
too.
you know.
Yeah.
I think we could have gone top 100 and still would have all like a
George Herman, Babe Ruth,
Yeah.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
Magic, given to him by a sports writer, if I remember correctly. All right.
Sultan of Swing.
New top 5 this week. We're staying college football. This time we decided to do top 5 Heisman busts. So your worst NFL Heisman busts. And John, since you are the guest this week, filling in for Ragai,
Okay.
I want to know your top 5 Heisman busts.
And I'm just a commenter on this one.
Yeah, Alex has a bet. He thinks John and I are going to have, what did you say, 3 of the same, at least?
Yeah.
You don't know any of ours, though, right?
Nope.
Okay. So go ahead, John. Top 5.
I have some honorable mention before we get into them.
And he's doing my honorable mentions first.
Ron Dayne. Johnny Manziel. Rashad Salam. And this one you guys might not know. Joe Bellino.
I don't know who that is.
Was this a looking up on the internet? You saw his name kind of thing?
This is a Google?
Apparently he played for Navy way back in the day. He was a punter, kicker, punt returner, quarterback. He did everything, but didn't do anything.
Well, 5. What's your number 5?
Was there pros back then?
Number 5 is Danny Warfel. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame, set SEC and NCAA records, didn't do squat.
Okay.
And then Gino Torretta, quarterback for Miami.
One of the greatest teams of all time.
Somehow won it over Marshall Faulk. I don't understand that at all.
Let's talk about that Miami team for a second, though. How good was that Miami team?
They were
U?
stupid.
I think that's the only reason they got over Falk was because he was on the U. You know,
Exactly.
as opposed to where was Falk? San Diego State or something like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. In a little bit of defense of Danny Werfel, he was a great high school quarterback, and he, aside from his first year when he came in and was it game 2 or whatever it was.
We were talking about Gino Torretta.
Oh yeah, we're in Gino Torretta. I thought we were still
Werfel was a Gator, wasn't he?
Warfel was a
No, I'm
Gator.
sorry, Gino Torretta. I'm saying, aside from his first year when he came in, Gino was a great high school and a great college quarterback. Why don't you think it transitioned to the NFL?
Because I think he was on really good teams, and he was just a game manager.
He could throw the ball in college, though.
He didn't really. He only had 19 touchdowns. He barely had 2,000 yards.
It's 2,000 yards in a college football
Who's he
season.
throwing
It's not
to?
terrible.
Do you know?
Off the top of my head.
We'd have to look that up. All right.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Jason White, who went undrafted and never played a down in the NFL. And he had opportunities to win Heisman twice.
Yep.
Number 2, Archie Griffin, who did win the Heisman twice, but never rushed for more than 700 yards in a single season. And only played 7 seasons.
I was going to say, he still had a 7-season career in the NFL.
But for being
it's a joke, yeah.
arguably the greatest college running back of all
Right.
time.
All time. Number 1, and this might be your number 1, I don't know if it is or not, is Andre Ware. Set 26 NCAA records.
I know he did.
And I brought up what Gino Tretta did his last year. Andre Ware threw for almost 4,700.
1 yard shy of 4,700.
And 46 touchdowns.
Stupid numbers.
Stupid.
Now, drafted by the Lions, do you think that had something to do with it? Or do you think he was just
Could have
bad?
been, but they had
But they
Barry
were,
Sanders.
yeah, I mean, and Herman Moore and Brett Perryman and you know, they've been,
Herman Moore and Perryman.
If he was a
You
good
can't do it
quarterback,
even then.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Rodney Peete did it.
Yeah, and even for a small length of time, didn't Tony Mandarich go over there and play a little bit after the Packers?
Man boobs?
I thought he went to the Colts.
Okay.
Yeah, different blue team.
Mandrich. Jeez. All right, so go over your top 5 one more
Draft
time. What are they quick?
I had Danny Werfel, Gino Torretta, Jason White, Archie Griffin, and Andre Ware.
And just to, your number 5, Werfel, Steve Spurrier said is the greatest college quarterback ever. Just know that. Another Heisman winner called Danny Werfel the greatest college quarterback.
Yeah, but you could put Spurrier on the Heisman bus
definitely
list
put
too.
Spurrier on that list.
Right. All right, good list. You're wrong.
I think I might lose the bet. Yeah.
You're wrong. We only have 2 that are the same.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that? Are you including the?
Not including the honorable
Okay.
honorable mentions.
Okay.
Honorable mentions is still, I think we have 3 still though. Okay. My number 5, Matt Leinart.
Okay.
Heisman Trophy winner and what I consider probably the greatest college team in the history of college football.
Yeah.
That USC team to me might be the greatest team, even better than the U
U,
teams,
man.
better than old school
Which
Notre
one?
Dame teams. Pick that
one that
entire
the one that lost to
two-year
Vince Young,
season
or-
where they only had the one loss to Vince Young. That entire 2-year season, I consider Reggie Bush possibly one of the greatest college players ever, maybe next to Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Who'd they have the
They
receivers?
had
were
2
like,
Heisman winners on that team.
I know.
Who'd they have
I
for
know.
receivers? Was it like Dwayne Jarrett and somebody else, or
No.
oh, Dwayne Jarrett was after that.
I can't think of their names now. They had Mike Williams.
Yeah,
One of the Mike Williams.
doesn't matter. That is a monster. Considering
yeah.
how great that team and he was in college, but you realize it was Reggie Bush. But Reggie Bush could also be on this list. He hasn't done. He's got a Super Bowl, but
He does.
so I didn't put him on the list because of that. But all right, my number 4. You and I had the same. Andre Ware, 4,700 yards and 46 touchdowns. And you get in the NFL and do jack.
Nothing.
Jack. My number 3, and I had to do it because we talked about Badger football today. I had to go Ron Dane.
See, that would have been a 3 out of 5 if you would have had him in the top 5.
Yeah.
I almost put him in there. I almost did.
I would have had him in there.
Ron Dane
But-
not making it hurts. It hurts me.
And he did it all 4 years. I mean, it wasn't just his Heisman year. He did it all 4 years, or was it 3 or 4 years that he started?
He came in halfway through his freshman year.
Something like 6,800 yards in his career. That's crazy.
Dumb numbers.
Yeah, and he had stupid numbers as a freshman.
And now he's wandering around Wanakee waiting for people to recognize him, you know?
And people are waiting for his son to show up at Wisconsin.
Right, yeah.
Oh my God. So let's talk about Ron Dane. There are people, and I've heard Ron Dane agree with this, that say that he was overrun in college.
Ugh.
The reason he didn't do well in the NFL is because they beat him up in college. He ran him too much.
Could have been. Barry's pretty good at doing that. With the,
I mean, Barry doesn't care what you do in the NFL. You know, I mean, he wasn't worried about saving him. You know,
most college coaches don't care what you do in the NFL. It's not
You
their
don't
job.
keep your job because you make sure they play in the NFL.
No. I believe that he showed up. It was just wrong place, wrong time. He showed up, and Tiki Barber finally figured it out how to hold on to the football, and they just went. Yeah, they just went with him.
So yeah, that's my number 3.
Plus, I mean, I'm sure it could have been a conditioning thing too. You know,
But he did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, with splinters in his ass.
What?
He didn't win shit.
still got a ring.
Reggie Bush played in that Super Bowl. Archie Griffin was my number 2, so that was one that we had the same.
Okay.
Again, before both of our times, but when you take a look at the numbers and what he should have been in the NFL and what he wasn't, he probably should be everybody's number 1 if you really look at it, because like you said, twice he won the goddamn Heisman and he couldn't play in the NFL. That's like, how does it not translate? I don't get it. But yeah, stupid. Under 3,000 yards for a career in the NFL.
What do you say, 7 years?
Yeah.
So
my number 1, and it gives me great satisfaction to have this number 1, because I might have been the only human being on the face of the earth that said that this guy is going to suck. And not only has he sucked, but he has become the greatest TMZ spiral in the history of college football Heisman winners. Johnny motherfrickin' Manziel is my number 1. And I'm loving every single moment of it.
Well, the latest thing, he's picking Friday is when he's going to stop drinking.
Right. That's right. If you haven't read it, Friday he's going to stop drinking because he's ready for his NFL comeback. Like any NFL team,
I mean, he's not going to stop all the Molly and Coke and everything, but he's done drinking.
He's done drinking.
Oh, his comeback. Yeah. At 24.
So that's my list. I've got Matt Leinart, which I probably should have had higher on the list.
I don't know if I put. There's a lot of those guys like Werfel, and like when Leinart was coming out, everybody knew they were great college quarterbacks. Nobody expected them to light the world on fire.
There's a couple reasons I had Leinart on here. One was obviously I talked about the team and how good it was, but think about how many chances Leinart got in the NFL to start. A lot.
But I mean, like,
he could have had the chance to turn.
I guess
around.
when I think of Buss, I think about their expectations when they're coming out of college.
Exactly.
Like Reggie Bush was what was he, like the 5th overall pick or something like that?
If you're going to go that route,
then you have like undrafted in your list, and I think Leinart was late first round.
Yeah,
but he had to sit in the green room forever.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I don't know. I guess you got. I think of expectations.
Andre Ware, Ron Dane, Archie Griffin, and Johnny Football, or Johnny Meth, or Johnny
Vegas.
Johnny Vegas. Mm-hmm. He is now Johnny. I'm coining Johnny Vegas. No, he's not. No, what was the? He when he was in Vegas, he didn't use Johnny. He said it was something else, and he had the wig on.
It was like Jimmy Vegas or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Jimmy Vegas.
God,
I love it.
Greatest bust of all time.
Bringing it back to the nicknames, Ron Mexico.
He thought Ronnie Mexico should have been in the top 5. Well, okay. Let's do it. Give me your top 5 nicknames.
Oh, jeez.
Give me your top 2 nicknames. Ron Mexico's one.
Michael Vick. It was the fake name he used when he was buying herpes medication.
Oh, my God. That's good.
If you go to the NFL shop, you can buy the custom jerseys. They will not let you do a number 7 Mexico for the Atlanta Falcons.
All right.
And if you guys want some more drug buying nicknames, I told you my favorite drug buying nickname was Evan Fields. Mm-hmm. Do you know Evan Fields? That's when Evander Holyfield was buying steroids. That's how creative he got. He had it sent to Evan Fields at his address. Because nobody would know the difference, right?
No.
All right, so
Johnny
Ron Mexico, what else? You got to have another favorite.
I love me some Purple Jesus.
Purple Jesus. Well, that's kind of a you and I thing, though. How many other people call him Purple Jesus?
Purple Jesus. I love it.
Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, Purple.
I do love Purple Jesus.
Yeah, I like the Muscle Hamster too, just because of how much Doug Martin hates it.
He does hate it.
What did he try to get? The Duggernaut? Was that the one he was trying to get himself? Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us for Top 5. Put all your Top 5 Heisman busts on Facebook for me, and I will definitely read them for you next week. And let me know how much you love my Johnny Manziel top 5 pick, because it's just fantastic. And if you have any updates on Johnny Manziel or any great pictures of him partying, let us know. We'll put them on the show too. Yeah?
Yep.
All right, next up, Rapid Fire, and we're going to use both these caps for Rapid Fire. I'm excited for it. We're going to have a good time with Rapid Fire.
Rapid.
Remember, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the great stuff. Listen to the show.
Yeah, they know.
We'll be right back.